years, and he would always say, Manson would say this in interviews, I used to work at the racetrack. It never really dawned on me that it was fucking where I work. He worked at Wheeling Island when Bill Lias was running the track. He was like a stable boy over there or something. Yeah.
Wow.
I never dawned on me.
So you're in his old stomping.
Yeah. Me and Chuck
Wonder
Manson.
what he did.
I think they said he worked at the shovel shit for the horses.
So he wasn't like...
I think it might have been horses then, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It might have been. I could be wrong about that. But whatever, it was probably low-end work. Because, he couldn't even read, man.
He wasn't like a pit boss.
I don't think so. No.
He'd be a really good pit boss.
Yeah,
maybe he was the track announcer.
Yeah.
But that's just spunky.
Yeah, right.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, the home of sports, gambling, entertainment, and whatever the hell else has gone on this week. So pull up a seat by the fire, crack open a cold one, and make sure to get your bets in. Welcome to the Pine Room.
This episode is sponsored by our good friends at IC Cab. Whether you're in the Ohio Valley, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Columbus, Morgantown, or Charleston, you've seen the cars around. IC Cab provides a simple transportation service for all your transportation needs, be it a ride to the Pittsburgh airport, because we all know it's cheaper than parking, corporate transportation, courier services, or just a ride home from the local bar. IC Cab is your way to roll. To book your next ride, call 304-232-1313 or schedule a future ride at iccab.com/contact. Then all you got to do is fill out some info and boom, you got a ride coming your way. Oh, all right, that's me. Give them a call. Tell them the Pine Room sent you. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 66, double sixes.
Mario Lemieux.
Execute Order 66.
Yeah,
That's hard to believe.
we're here in the studio, myself, Jeff, Matt, Jarrett, Chris. Jarrett, can turn that light on while I'm giving the rundown here. We're in the studio, just had a long day radio. Tuesdays now have become the longest day of my life.
Yeah, it's coming off of a short day on Monday, and then it's a long day.
Then Tuesday, we had a good radio show today. Good stuff as always. Did some games, did some stuff. If you're interested in our radio show and you haven't been able to listen live, actually in this podcast this week, we're lucky enough to sit down with the dancing umpire.
Oh boy, give me a second. Vincent, the dancing umpire Chapman.
Yes,
from the Savannah Bananas.
Savannah Bananas.
I'm going to redo that because I feel like an asshole if he listens to this and I don't know his name.
I wasn't really ready either.
Yeah.
I should have been ready.
It was Vincent.
I was like, oh, all right, give me a second.
All right, I'll be real quick. Here we go. All right, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Pine Room Podcast, episode 66. We're here in the studio, myself, Jeff, Matt, Jarrett, and Chris. We had a great day, radio day, long day, and today's kind of a special episode. We're going to start doing a new thing in the podcast where we add some of the interviews that we've done on radio to the actual podcast because some people, obviously, if you got stuff to do, you're not going to listen to the podcast. So today...
To the radio.
So today, in the middle section of this show, you're going to be hearing our great interview with Vincent the Dancing Umpire Chapman.
That's
yes.
it. Yep.
He was on the show. He is the umpire for the Savannah Bananas. He's umpired 50, I think it was like 50.
Yeah, they're in like
50-some games already this year. He's been with them a few years. So.
And he's gone viral. He's been on the Ellen DeGeneres show, a couple of clips of his, and he brings the house down at the Savannah Banana games. You've probably seen clips of him on TikTok and Facebook and stuff. But we had a chance to talk to him on the radio, so he's gonna that interview is going to be in the middle section of this episode. So you hear 30 minutes of us, 15-minute interview, 15 minutes of us, and then the last half hour.
He was a really good guy. Really enjoyed talking to him. You could tell the passion that he had and how much he wants to like give back, do things for kids and stuff. Impressive.
Cool,
their whole
really
operation seems very impressive. Must be a really good place to work because it seemed like everyone gets along well and they really put on top-notch events. They literally are like a traveling circus or globetrotters.
They're
going 31 states or whatever he said they're going to in
That's
all
what he
those
said.
games.
He
I mean,
said
that's like having a show every night.
Yeah, he said they were like he said they're basically like the Globetrotters, but the games aren't scripted. So
Right.
like there's any
Real
outcome
baseball,
of the
yeah.
game.
Oh, okay.
Just different shit happens
and
in
some
the
different
game.
rules.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. So he talked about all the stuff he does, and we asked a bunch of questions. And you'll hear this later in the episode, but he takes it serious, and he really enjoys. Like, I think the biggest takeaway he said was just being able to see how he affects kids and just people and after the game. And he said it's the first. It's like of an umpire. Usually he's getting chased out of the parking lot. He's signing autographs.
The guy.
Yeah. So
I was at my great niece's birthday party probably about 3 or 4 months ago, and one of their friends has a son that is probably about I'd say Pinto age, and he had his son believing that Luke played for the Savannah Bananas, and this kid was enamored with Luke, absolutely enamored with Luke. Luke played it off a little bit, probably could have played the game a little bit better, but it was still pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I asked. Well, you'll hear in the interview. I asked him how you sign up or how you get onto the team, and there's like a tryout and everything, and we were like, hey, me and Soup.
Oh, there you
me and
go.
Soup would go.
Coach said Soup would have
Soup
been an
would be
absolute
unbelievable.
natural for that.
Yeah, Soup would fit the bill pretty good. I think that would be so much fun to do.
Do we know what kind of like this?
We thought about that after we talked to him. We didn't ask him.
I saw there was a text in. Somebody asked about how much like he makes. I was like, I felt it might be a little bit of a.
That's probably intrusive.
I guess we could have asked him if the job is enough to make a living, or does he have side work?
I'd
something
imagine
like
it.
that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, he says
it
there's
is.
750,000 people on a waiting list,
And he lives in Texas, so he only is doing the summer tour with them, and then he goes back to Texas. I'm assuming he probably does something else, but who knows?
But if you are traveling for 31 cities throughout, I would have to say that's your full-time gig, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
They're putting him up in lodging. I mean, he's staying out of town for forever. I mean, I'm sure he's got family.
I mean, if every game's sold out, so I mean, I would imagine they do pretty well.
I would think so too.
And what I think is impressive to him, he umpired for I think 25
total
years.
25 years, and
now he's just getting into
And
this.
you asked him a good question about, did you ever wake up and think you'd be doing something like this?
Yeah.
He said, not at all.
Yeah. So we're gonna play that halfway through the show today. So thank you to Vincent for coming on the radio show. If you're interested in listening to the radio show, we are on the radio Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Monday from 2 to 3. Tuesdays and Thursdays from noon to 3. And we talk about all kinds of stuff. On Thursday, when this comes out, well, right now when you're listening to this, we're probably on the radio right now with Brenda from Horrifying History. Matt got in contact with her. She has a really cool. What do you call it? A show?
Yeah, I mean, she's got a YouTube channel and a podcast. I mean, she calls it a podcast, but I mean, it's pretty extensive.
So she does a lot of prep and research into like horrifying history, things like some fucked up things that have happened.
Fascinating topics. So we're going to talk to her about Charles Manson and a few other things, and and then she's going to come on. She offered to come on again and talk about the Titanic, some conspiracy. So she's got a really vast catalog of stuff, and with the Manson, being a kind of a close, has a little bit of ties with McMecken.
I think she was my mom's neighbor. She remembers seeing them, not like
the Manson family.
She didn't know them personally, but she lived in McMecken and remembered.
And you know what else? It never dawned on me. And actually, I had this thought while I was listening to Brenda's thing about the summer of '69 with Charles Manson. They always used to say like Charles Manson because he was born in Cincinnati, and then his mom brought him here. He was living with family in McMecken or whatever for a few years, and he would always say, Manson would say this in interviews, I used to work at the racetrack. It never really dawned on me that it was fucking where I work. He worked at Wheeling Island when Bill Lias was running the track. He was like a stable boy over there or something.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
I never dawned on me.
So you're in his old stomping.
Yeah. Me and Chuck
Wonder
Manson.
what he did.
I think they said he worked at the
dogs.
shovel
Yeah.
shit
Bad
for the horses.
things.
So he wasn't like.
I think it might have been horses then, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
It might have been. I could be wrong about that, but whatever. It was probably low end work. Because he couldn't even read, man.
He wasn't like a pit boss.
I don't think so. No.
He'd be a really good pit boss.
Yeah,
I tell you what,
Maybe he was the track announcer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's just
spunky.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So
those pit bosses, by the way, are intimidating. They're intimidating.
Some of them
well,
are.
some
They
of
try.
them.
They try.
Some of
right?
them.
Yeah.
Most of them.
I think we talked about it last week when we were on the cruise. The big dude named Victor from the Ukraine. Like you could tell this guy, like he looks like he could kill you with a knife. Like
we don't have any of those.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, you're maybe every other pit boss except in Wheeling.
I mean, some of our guys are probably not very intimidating.
Yeah.
Probably the girls are more intimidating than the guys.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
yeah. If anybody has any connections with some people that you think we might be interested in talking to, like some people maybe that they're professional or have some sort of a background in history or something like that, send us.
We're gonna get. I'm working on. I got a paranormal girl, a girl with UFOs and stuff. A couple of line. I think they're gonna work out. So
it's my wheelhouse.
Yes, it's gonna be good. And you know what else we got to do?
Horse.
When I was thinking about these jobs, we got to get. We need to get somebody in the animal field again, like a zoo person.
Yeah.
We actually should do a thing up at the Ogilvy Zoo.
I think we should
I
too.
think it'd be
Definitely.
fun.
Probably reach out to them and try
go
to do
up to
that.
the Schrader
And then
Center or
again
something?
with the guy with the guy from Ogilvy, I can't remember his name that he called in the one show.
Oh, for the meteors.
Yeah, we should probably do something with him too.
I can't remember his name offhand, but that was really cool. Really cool stuff.
It's really weird to see the word Justin.
Oh God.
Oh, you revealed it. Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I'll
He'll
leave it
edit
alone.
that out.
I'll
He's
leave-
getting
I'll
a
leave it
beep,
alone.
beep, 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 beep.
I'll leave that alone. But it's
Name
just very
reveal.
weird to see that up there. I guess last question, real quick. Did you create that?
I think it's off of my debit card because I had to sign up with my debit card when I made a Prime account, so it probably just took a.
But Patty's got just the mom with the purple skin and the hard eyes.
You got Bob
Yeah,
Ross.
Jub
up
looks
there.
like
I was gonna
Jub's
say,
Bob
yeah.
Ross.
We're looking at Jub's Fire account,
Like the
like
sign-in
in right now. So that's why that's what we're
got my
talking
real
about.
name up there.
Yeah,
you
Jub's
know, on
name
this show,
reveal.
you can curse and say like some vile things, but you can't
Say that.
real name.
You know what?
You
I
get
feel
beeped.
I'm a little nervous driving home.
There were
Yeah.
there were only
Flat
a couple
tires in the
people.
morning.
There's only a very select few people that call me that I'm okay.
Does Hannah call you that?
with. Oh God, no! Unless she's mad at me.
I was gonna say that's
Now,
what my
you say
follow up
God-
was gonna
wait,
be.
You say that why?
Because it's just not.
No, if she gets mad,
And I
then-
told her, I was like, I said to her very early, I was like, if you want to call me that, you can call me that because
Well, that's good.
it's different than like if my friends call me that.
So how many people we talking?
I would say over my lifespan, maybe 5. Maybe.
I was gonna say
Probably
five.
a
and
few-
that's a very
probably
low
a few,
number.
a few of our aunts and stuff probably still
high
call you.
numbers,
I think
sorry.
Aunt Janie still calls you
Aunt
Justin.
Janie, Aunt Sue, your mom, Aunt Lynn. But she started calling me.
She calls you Jub a little more now.
She
Yeah,
does. She used
yeah.
to call me my real name. So those 3, and then a couple teachers that I was okay with. But you now, well, not now, but in high school and college, I just told them they call me my nickname.
At what point were you Jub? Like from his
really early,
remember?
Chris.
I think, yeah. Well, my dad used to call me Jubbin because I was like a fat baby, and he would call
Jubbin?
me- Yeah, just like I was like a
just-
little
Yeah,
chubby
Jubbin
baby.
instead of Justin, it would just my.
That was
dad's-
very early.
Yeah.
You
Not
were
the
you were
brightest
like
guy.
barely cutting teeth, and we were calling you Jub.
Not the brightest guy.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh,
if
no,
you
he's
can
turned out
imagine-
to be pretty bright, I'd say.
No.
My dad. I was
Oh,
saying,
Mark's
I was
not the
saying
brightest.
how my-
Oh, not him. No, I talk about
Yeah, I
you.
was
Louise,
saying
that's
how
a
my
dick
dad-
statement. I'm sitting there telling Jub's just fucking dumb. My bad, Jub. Jeez, Louise.
Oh, your dad. Yeah, he's a lost cause at
Yeah.
this point.
in every single person I ever meet, I say, "Hi, my name is Jub," and they go, "Huh?" Like what? And every time I had to say Jub, Jub. That's how I introduced
Well, I
myself.
told Brenda, I said the guy that answers his phone is going to be named Jub. Don't get scared. Like,
It's all good.
I always like it though. You introduce yourself and then you spell your name.
Yeah, Jub, Jub, all the time. Every
well, if
single
not, you
time.
get Judd and
Yeah. I get Chubb.
Juck. Jug.
Yeah, Chub.
Jug. Somebody called you Jug one time.
Yeah, I
over
get
somewhere.
Jug, Jed, Jeb.
Judd a lot, definitely.
Jeb-
definitely.
Jeb-
What that one check of yours from here say that one time?
Oh,
Jeb.
Jeb?
J-E-B, right?
was it Jeb?
Jeb, I thought.
I thought it was Jason.
That's even cool, too.
Jason.
Wow,
Dell.
that's a lot
Jason
different.
Dell. All right.
I have to spell my name a lot.
Yeah, 'cause
to
of the
people,
T and the
'cause
D.
I believe
Because a
that.
lot of people
Yeah.
think it's Jarrett, and I'm
people,
like,
people are just.
I try to emphasize Jarrett.
Jared.
I don't like saying my own name, even my nickname. But my
My nickname.
my mom was gonna name me Jeremy, and I thank God she didn't name me Jeremy because I would
Future porn
So Jarrett
star.
and Jeremy,
Future porn
we're
star
on
right there.
Jeremy.
Ron
Del-
Jeremy, the
yeah.
hedgehog.
Jeremy Ronald. That's
I like
my
that.
middle name.
There it is.
Jesus,
It's
Jeremy.
crazy to think about names because I
Jeremy
guarantee there's a
Ronald.
little tidbit of information for you guys. Like all my family and close people that have known me my whole life call me JT
Really?
What's your middle name?
Thomas.
So you're JT. You're JT Doyle.
In my family,
JT Doyle sounds
That sounds like a pro baseball player.
JT Doyle.
First base.
He also sounds like a
First
hitman
base.
for the Irish Mafia.
Yeah.
but
I like that one better because I'm not athletic at all.
or like the owner of like a real nice clothing department, like
okay.
JT Doyle.
JT the
Upscale.
Destroyer Doyle.
Where'd you get that frock coat? JT Doyle. I got it down.
JT Doyle and Son.
like that.
JT Doyle and Son.
I always think it's interesting. Did your parents ever tell you names that you were gonna be?
If I was a girl, I was going to be Jennifer.
Wow. Did you have any, Matt?
No, I don't. Not that I
Jennifer.
recall. I think I have asked my mom that, but I don't really remember.
I can
Because
tell
your name,
Luke's.
you're not
That's
Matthew.
pretty-
James Matthew.
You're
my
you're,
dad,
you're,
James
You're
Matthew.
James, which I
I never knew that
still-
until I saw him. He wrote me a check sometime or years ago or whatever. I'm like, oh, I didn't know. Or no, I think I saw his name on a check.
Like, can you
It said
ma-
James?
Yeah, the
James
longest
Matthew.
time I didn't know that
Can you
either.
imagine if we called you Jim?
Jimmy.
Or, hey Jimmy,
Yeah,
what's
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Well,
That
you're
would be
Unfortunately, my dad was Jim, so we
Yeah.
didn't have two Jims in the
Yeah,
house.
yeah.
Venmo. Your Venmo is James.
Oh, yeah. Yep,
James.
yep.
up? Yeah.
James.
We had 3 names for Luke. It was first one was Luke, the second one was Noah, and the third one, don't laugh, because Luke said if we called him fucking this, he was hands down changed his name. But I still fucking like it. Keegan.
That's not bad.
I don't think
Keegan
that's
Michael
bad.
Key.
Keegan
It's all
Doyle,
right.
I like that.
Keegan
Brand.
Keegan Doyle sounds like
No, that's a good Irish name,
Yeah,
too.
and then if
I
he was,
I
if
like
it was a
that.
girl, it was Reese.
Oh, that's
Reese.
cool.
I like
That's cool. I,
RESE.
Say that again.
REESE.
No, I think we were going to go
C?
RECE.
Okay. I like it.
Chris, did you have any? Did
No,
you have any? that you
I
think-
just remember. Well, for Emily and me personally, no, I don't. I never recall having that discussion. But with Emily, I always liked Jennifer, and
Very original.
yeah. Well, I just always liked that.
I think I'd be. She
and then,
can pull
and then
Jennifer
Garrett.
off.
Now, I like the name Andrew, but his mother.
I know
like,
exactly.
Nope, I don't want. He's not going to be called Andy.
I knew
Yeah.
it. I knew
so
it.
that was
Andy.
scrapped.
See, I think,
Andy Bernard
I
from
like
The Office.
I like the name Andy. Andrew Koala, who we've had on the
I like
radio.
Andrew better than Andy.
Well, yeah, Andrew.
What about Drew?
Yeah, I
Take
like
the
that.
A.
too.
Yeah, we call him.
What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think, and this is really fucked up, but I think it's pretty. The percentages is very high. Girls with a boy's name are always hot.
I would say
that.
95%.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I agree with
thought
that,
about it the
Jeff.
other day.
I agree
It's
with that.
weird. Like I think, what's the name that I?
Alex.
I was going to just say
Alex,
Alex.
there's a
I
lot
was
of hot
thinking- I was
Alexes.
trying to think of like a lot of like names that go both ways. Like I'd say like a Hunter,
Like
I
a
think
Sam.
That, Hunter,
A Sam, like a
Sam,
Samantha, they call
Sam
Sam.
I
usually.
mean, Reese too.
yeah,
Reese,
Reese,
Yeah.
One.
Kendall. Kendall. A lot of hot Kendalls.
Shelby, I feel like I know a guy like
Guys,
Shelby,
Yeah.
Shelby Miller.
Shelby
the
Miller,
pitcher
yeah,
for-
Shelby Miller,
Morgan.
Morgan. You can get Morgan.
Yeah,
Morgan
true,
both go
true.
both ways. Hey, I was thinking about real quick. Wouldn't it be back on names? I was going to be Dante, and Jub was going to be Dane. I feel
Really?
like that fits.
Wow,
I feel
double
like that-
D. You
I
guys
could-
would have been
Oh,
Dane.
I like Dane. Like
Dane.
D-A, if I was DAINE,
Dane Cook.
like Dane Ironfoot, the dwarf from The Hobbit, I would love that.
I think that probably.
And you were gonna be what?
I was going to be Dante.
Okay, yeah, I think both of those would have
I
suited
feel
you
like
guys.
I could be.
Remember
like,
when we had that giant party out at your parents' house before they were
Yeah,
born?
yeah.
Just a drunk fest. We all
Yeah.
wrote your what we were going to name you.
Yep.
I
Well, they don't
Well, yeah,
remember.
say obviously I don't.
Well, no.
Yeah, that was a fun party.
Yeah.
There were some incredible names there,
I
weren't there?
think I picked Dallas and Drake. I don't know who was going to be.
Oh,
Somebody,
wow.
somebody had
'Cause I was just going to
Bobby
double-
and Kenny.
double
was- were two-
Bobby and Kenny.
Bobby and Kenny were two.
But I think
Like, who would have been
I
Bobby?
think I definitely would have been Kenny. He'd have been Bobby for sure. He'd have
Like
been
4 Christmases,
Bob.
the cities you guys were conceived in.
do you think that there's been a so when your mom? This is actually a fascinating discussion because so Jarrett, you were a little ahead.
Yeah, I was
So,
baby A.
Minute.
Did they say Jarrett was going to be the first one out? What if it was flip flop?
that's
Well,
a good
I don't
question.
think because
Or did your
really
mom
good
look at
question.
you both there and say, "Oh, I haven't named you
That's
yet"?
a
Because I know
good
moms do
question,
that.
dude.
I want to
That's a
say
great
probably first. She's gonna be listening to this, probably like yelling, like I did this, but I
Well,
don't know.
too bad we can't get her on the phone
that's
and
a good
ask her to
question.
sort it out for us.
I could call
Let's
right
do
now.
it.
Yeah,
Let's
do it. That's
do
a
it.
good
Yeah.
idea.
Oh,
Yeah,
she'll love this.
surprise her, yeah.
I don't know. I'm gonna say that it was whoever was first was gonna be like I was gonna be
Okay,
Jarrett
well, good.
first.
So I think it
second
fit.
was
I
Jub.
think it'd be weird if he was Jarrett now. It'd be stupid.
Wouldn't that be wouldn't that be
That's
crazy?
fucking
Yes.
crazy to think about.
And you guys
Wonder-
aren't, since you're not the identicals where you could like flip flop roles like
Yeah.
some of those freaky.
Wonder
Although
if
if you were if you guys were identical twins, you could probably get away with some things that
Yeah.
some women that you probably would be.
Well, I wonder if I would have been Justin, would I have ended up Jub?
Probably not.
Would I'd have been a Jub?
Probably not. He'd have ended up. What would your dad have called him if he was Jer and he had
Jub and
Jarhead?
Justin was
Jub.
well, Justin was Jubbin, so Jarrett would be Jabbit.
We be jubbin'.
Jabba.
We be
Jabba.
jubbin'.
We be jobbing.
Jub, if you call her from there, there's no way she's going to answer.
Okay, I'll just call.
Zero chance she answers that. Just say,
What's it going to be? A spam call?
Yeah, there's zero
Hold on, real
chance.
quick. Hold on, before we get it. What's our answer? I think she was going to do looky, you guys.
I would tend to lean that way too, but then again, maybe she let Mark do it. I'd say that's off the
You've
table.
already kind of your guess.
Well, then again, she's there.
I
She's in.
I think it was predetermined.
I think it was
here's-
predetermined
all right,
too, but
well,
I have no clue.
Here's the thing. We were C-section babies,
Right.
Because his
Well, your head would have been in trouble.
He wrapped his cord thingy around my neck.
Right. He was trying to
Oh,
choke
choke
you
you
out.
out.
I was getting.
Oh wow, no shit.
He had me in a camel clutch.
Right.
Yeah.
And they had to come break it up. So I shoved
I really
him out.
remember that.
Wow,
You get disqualified in the match?
They must have threw.
Talk about cutting the cord. Fuck, man. Cut the cord.
Tables, ladders, and umbilical
threw the
cord
towel
match.
in.
That's it. Sorry about your bad day.
See
Job.
if she answers.
What would that be?
What's the chance he answers?
What do they say?
Oh yeah, instead of TLC, it'd be tables, ladders, and E.
TLU.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Mom, you're live on the podcast. We have a question for you.
Hey, Patty.
Hi, Aunt Patty.
Hello, Miss Patty.
Hello.
All right, so we're talking about me and Jarrett's names and how it was decided. So when we came out, how did you pick which one got each name?
Actually, we just always knew baby A.
Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Yeah.
I got it.
Now, did you just whoever came out first?
Baby A.
Exhibit
Oh,
A.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
So if I would have came out first, I would have been Jarrett.
Correct.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got that right.
And here, real quick, what happened to Dante and
Dane.
Yeah.
Was that a close second?
They're my favorite names ever, and I got voted down.
Oh no.
Hold on,
Okay.
you're the woman bearing the children.
Right.
God damn it, screw that, Patty.
I really like. Aren't those great names?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
I said thank God you didn't name me Jeremy.
I know that was a contender. The family, yeah, that was a contender for a little while.
Chris said his name in the hat was Dallas and
Drake, I think.
Drake and Dallas.
I think.
Drake, that's kind of crazy.
I don't
Drake,
remember that.
before its time. That's
Matt
crazy.
said there was one
Somebody tried to call him Bobby and Kenny. I remember that.
Bobby and what are you making?
Something,
I'm
something.
making chicken tetrazzini.
Ooh, yummy.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll let you go.
All right, thanks, Mom.
See you, Aunt Patty.
Bye, Mom.
See you, Aunt Patty.
Bye bye.
Really crazy part about this, if you'd have been Jeremy, as much as I try to go to Powerball on my internet, it keeps on going to Pornhub. Luke would go straight. Luke would go straight to Jeremy.
Right.
Damn it. God
He's
damn it.
Captain
Why is it always
America.
Ron Jeremy comes up?
No, I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah, so there we go.
All right.
Good
Good
answer.
stuff.
That's-
Good stuff.
Case solved.
I think, and I could be wrong in this, she's the first female that's been on the podcast.
No, we had Lauren the Better, right?
No, but that was
That was on
no,
Brother's Last
She
Stand.
came on.
On the regular one?
Yeah, she did.
And then we had the well, no, actually that lady wasn't on mic. Odie's mom.
Odie's
But
mom.
she was
Yeah,
like offset.
Wallaby.
yeah, it's a yeah.
We need to bring
I'm trying.
your guys' friend that wants to come on.
Here's the thing. I have a lot of people that want to come on.
Oh, do they?
So
Okay.
it's like
Oh, they
It's like when you-
need to be vetted. What
Did
can
you
they
ever-
provide?
Did you ever run into this problem when you were a kid, when you had a birthday party and you knew that if you invited this person, you're gonna have to invite this person, so that person did get invited? Did you run into that?
100%. Well, there was always limitations. You couldn't have the whole, whatever the case might be.
That leads me down a good path, and I want to ask everybody this, and it could be somebody you still know today. Who is your most hated person? You don't have to say their last name. You can just say what they did and how they were in school. Who was like the dickhead that you didn't like in school?
Oh, what? Jeez.
Oh, man.
Like somebody that was like either just a shithead, like that always caused problems.
Oh, wow.
Wow, man. That's a tough one.
I thought you were going to say whose birthday was the worst or something like that.
I know some that come to mind.
So we talking real quick. Are you more like elementary?
Yeah, like young, not like high school.
When we weren't able to develop our own thoughts and stuff like that?
Yeah, early elementary school, maybe early middle school. Because I got a couple that come to mind instantly.
I went to a Catholic grade school with small classes.
You didn't have any little...
It's not that we loved everybody, but we had a pretty close class. We had some jack-offs. I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody that I really, truly disliked.
I'll be honest, I'd be in that same boat.
Everybody had their own things. Like, yeah, there'd be some kids that you would irritate you here and there or whatever, but you liked them in a lot of other ways. Like I also feel like, Jeff, as you get older, it's like even if you thought the kid was a dick, like if you saw a kid you went to grade school right now with, I would talk and tell old stories and stuff and not even think about anything bad. So
I think it is different, and not to by no means am I comparing the Catholic thing at that point in time, but I do think it is a little bit different because it is smaller classroom.
Yeah,
and you go with them from kindergarten to 8th grade like that.
I mean, public school and at Warwood, we had like 6 different home rooms of different classes that would just all intermingle with each other. And I'll say one person that I don't really remember him too much, but his name was Eric, and I'm not going to say his last name.
The piano tuner?
Yeah, the button.
The button. Yeah.
I remember he just didn't care. Like he just didn't care what teachers thought. He'd cuss in class. And I remember there was a time where he was out on the kickball field, and we're playing kickball. He was a short kid. He had a buzz cut, like tight buzz cut, like skinhead. And he was down. He was down by the doors. So there are 2 double doors at the.
Do you know who he's talking about, Jared?
Now I do. Yeah.
There was a 2.
This is actually kind of fucked up.
It's the first time I ever thought I witnessed someone die. There was a double doors that were behind the home plate at kickball, and that's where you would line up like before.
So this is inside the gym?
No, this is outside. At Warwood Elementary in the back lot.
Okay.
So you line up by the door when you're getting ready to go on deck. So he's getting ready to go on deck, and I can't remember who kicked it. I'm just going to give a shout out. Jack Bentz, I think, maybe kicked this ball.
Why the fuck's that even relevant?
He probably kicked it hard.
But he kicked the bomb.
Maybe it was. I guess it was relevant.
He kicked a bomb. He kicked an absolute nuke, and he takes off, and this kid Eric, he crouches down right at the door level, and he gets beneath the handle, and it was an outer handle, and it was like those sharp industrial like
it was like a
turn handles.
I don't even know how to describe it honestly.
So he crouches down to get ready to jump up and cheer, and he crouches down, and on the way up, he hits his head on that turn thing. And he went down, and there was blood everywhere. And I remember all the teachers swarming to him, like to get him help. And I remember later in the day, we're walking through the classroom. We're like, oh, man, that was crazy what happened to Eric. And later in the day, it was just like a couple hours later, and we're thinking he had to go to the hospital. He had to have. Like, there was blood everywhere. They had him on he's
on poor kids on life support.
And we're like, this kid died. And we're walking through the hallway, and you can see right into the nurse's room, and they had like a dentist table, like where kids would lay, like if they're sick or whatever. And he was laying there like the alien in the Roswell incident. He was like, and we thought 1,000% for sure he died, and we never saw him again.
Well, wasn't it they like somebody saw him and was like, they started saying, "Oh, he's dead!" Like, and it just was spread through the class.
So he
never came back.
Never saw him again.
Never saw him again. Never saw him again.
Is he alive now?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe he did die.
I don't know. I just remember.
Or do you think his parents sued the school and took him out?
I don't know.
Or he had brain damage and he couldn't go to school.
He was
on mushhead.
He's on that table. Wow. We never saw him again.
I did not know this.
The rumor was he died.
Yeah.
Well, if you found where Eric is, call the show.
I don't think he died. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't be in the nurse's room.
Maybe it was like Darth Vader. They had to put him back together or something. Turn him into a machine.
I wonder if that put this stop to the kickball.
No more kickball games.
Even
though kickball had nothing to do with it.
I know.
Back
where they got to wear batting helmets in kickball.
Right.
You know what I think is also wild? Like, at Warwood Elementary now, if you go to the back lot, it's all gated off now, and there's fences everywhere. Like, you can't go. No. I remember playing kickball back in the day, and you could just kick the ball, and it would go out into the neighborhood, and, like, you'd have to go run and get it.
Run over across the street.
And, like, if any dude was just lurking back there, he could just snag you up and take you wherever you wanted. Like, that just... And now it's, like, bordered up like Guantanamo.
Yeah, let me ask you... Maybe I'm just stupid, but what is a dentist table?
Honestly, that is so funny because I was going to ask the same. I would think it'd be like more of an doctor exam
chair.
table.
No,
dentist chair.
No, it was
you said a dentist table. Yes,
I misspoke. Sorry.
I'm glad you clarified because I was thinking the same thing.
Not a dentist
I went to the
table.
dentist. They laid me on that table.
Flat
That's
on
like Roy C. Mercer.
And I had no teeth work done whatsoever. I'm not sure what
Oh,
tooth
yeah.
was.
You misspoke.
I know. I didn't know.
were down.
Something
it's
happened.
like the dentist table.
So it was like a doctor table.
Yeah,
like
it was like one of those ones they put
the
the
paper.
paper on.
Yeah.
So a
Fuck, they put
doctor,
paper
Yeah,
on
that'd be
it.
a doctor.
not a dentist table.
Jeez.
All right.
I didn't
Okay.
catch that. I didn't hear him
it's all
say
good.
that. That's great.
Yeah. All right. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, you're going to be hearing an interview from all of the radio guys with Vincent the Dancing Umpire from the Savannah Bananas. So enjoy that. Really great interview. Thank you to Vincent for coming on. And then we'll be back here after that.
We'll be back.
You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast, but you don't just have to listen to the podcast. We have some other stuff out there, too, like Bettor's Last Stand, our sports betting show covering all things sports and betting. Or Soup and Stuff, where Soup sits down with business owners, athletes, and other professionals for good conversation. Or, if you want to listen to us live, you can tune into the Watchdog, FM 98.1 or AM 1600. Or you can listen live online at thewatchdognetwork.com. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast.
Vincent the Dancing Umpire Chapman joins the Pine Room Podcast here on the Watchdog. Vincent, welcome to our show. You're quite an exciting guy. Tell us what things are like down there in Savannah this time of year.
Hey, thanks, guys. I appreciate you having me on. Yeah, we just got to Kannapolis, North Carolina. I just checked in my hotel room.
All right. What's going on down there? Who are we playing?
Yeah, we got a couple games. I got a game tomorrow night and the next night in Kannapolis, and then we'll be headed to Durham, North Carolina for the next 2 nights, and then headed back to Savannah.
All right. Well, you guys always put on such a great show. Just tell our listeners a little bit about what you guys do. Explain banana ball to everybody out there if they haven't heard of this for the first time.
Yeah, absolutely, man. So banana ball is fans' first entertainment. It is a show. It's compared to the Harlem Globetrotters or baseball, but the game itself is not scripted. The game is real. They play a true baseball game just with 10 rules that's different than regular baseball. One, for instance, if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out.
I love that.
There's no walks. It's a sprint. If the batter steps out of the box, unless it's a foul ball, it's called a strike. 2-hour time limit. There's no mound visits or timeouts, so the game keeps rolling. So we've completed out of 54 games we've played, we've completed 51 of those 9-inning games in 2 hours.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Hey, Vincent, how are your opponents chosen? Like, are they just regular college teams, or do you guys pick and choose where you're going to go and who the team is?
Yeah, mainly we play a team called the Party Animals, which is in the same organization. It's called the Savannah Party Animals, but we will play 23 games this year with challenger games. For instance, we played the Major League Players Association team. We played them a few times. It had Johnny Gomes, Johnny Damon, several other players that's played, had World Series rings and MVPs on the team. We played Charleston Dirty Birds. We played the Aussie Drop Bears, which is an Australian team. So, and then just last 2 games we've had, we played the Florida All-Stars. It's a team made up of collegiate players that were chosen for the All-Star team. So, had them in Savannah the last 2 games. So, out of 87 games, 23 of those will be challenger games, and the rest will be with the party animals.
Interesting. So, Vincent, tell us a little bit about your role behind the plate, and I guess, do you just do the plate? Is that your main spot? I mean, I've seen you dancing.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. My main spot is the home plate. I have done one game at first base just to break it up. I had done 50 games in a row behind the plate at that time. So just to give me a little break, give the fans something different to see as well. And I'm going to be honest with you, man, that was a great experience. I didn't get yelled at one time that game.
That's good.
Are you a regular umpire, Vincent? Besides,
Yes.
were you a regular umpire?
Yeah, I've umpired for 25 years. Started with just Little League ball, rec ball, travel ball, and then umpired for high school in Texas. So I actually live in Texas, and it's just travel. I fly to wherever we're playing, and if we don't have enough days off in between, I just travel with the team.
Vincent, how did you end up getting involved with the Bananas and doing what you do now?
Yeah, I had a video go viral in 2015. Like I said, I've always umpired, always enjoyed dancing, so I would dance in between innings at Little League games. I had a state tournament game, and a parent took a video of it, and it went viral on Facebook and ended up on Ellen DeGeneres. And the Bananas seen that video and reached out to me via Facebook Messenger.
Wow.
So,
that's quite
and I've been
remarkable.
with the organization for 2 years.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
Vincent, is that something that what you're doing right now, is that something you ever would have imagined you'd be doing right now?
Not at all. I mean, banana ball is something that's never been done before, and it's amazing. I mean, we're selling out every stadium we go to. There's over 750,000 people on the waiting list, and I get to put smiles on people's faces. I'm the only umpire that I know of that signs autographs and takes pictures after a game.
You're the only one all the people like.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not going to say that. There's some umpires out there who are really good. Just I get to be myself. I get to dance and entertain people on strike three calls, and then I have my own dance during a game. But that's what makes it fun is the whole organization interacts with the fans that are there. So you'll have players running through the stands, high-fiving kids, sitting down talking to families during the game. I mean, it's just the experience is like no other. And until you can see the videos on the internet, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever. But until you actually get to go to the game and experience it firsthand, it's magical. The game's only 2 hours, but you get there early. There's a parade before the game. After the game's over, you get to like meet the players and get them to sign your shirt or your hat or whatever and take pictures and do silly dances with you. I mean, it's just for the price of $25 admission. It's special.
Yeah, I would say so. That's really great what you guys are doing. How many guys on the umpire crew actually each game?
So we normally run either a 2-man or 3-man. We've been running a lot more 3-man just because it's so fast-paced. And like I said, there's no walks. It's a sprint. So ball 4, the other 7 defensive players have to touch the ball before the ball goes live. So getting into that, it's at least going to be a double if they choose to run. So getting in that spot, you got to bust it. So
yes.
now we have replay. So each team has a challenge, just like in the MLB,
right?
But we've also made it fans first, where there's a fan challenge now.
Oh,
so a fan,
I love that.
A fan before the game, yeah, and you can challenge any play, fair, foul, safe or out, no balls or strikes yet. But
jeez, I'd like to have that for some of the bets I make in MLB. Go back and review them. We're talking here with Vincent the Dancing Umpire Chapman from the Savannah Bananas here on the Pine Room Podcast.
Hey, Vince, I want to talk. I want to go back in time a little bit when the Savannah Bananas first started. Were you the original? Are you the original umpire with them?
No, I started 2 years ago. So I started after the season after their first one-game World Tour, which was in Mobile, Alabama.
Oh, okay.
At first, they were a CPL team, a collegiate team in the CPL, summer collegiate team. And then they started banana ball in 2016, where they just played at home, did some banana ball there. Then they started the one tour in Mobile, Alabama, and was that 2019? In 2020. That was COVID year. And then I came on the following years, in 21. 21, the 7-city tour we did last year, and then this year we're doing 33 cities in 21 states.
Wow. So Vincent, who does? It's interesting to me. So it started out. I don't know how it started out. Obviously it isn't quite as big as it was or as it is now back in the day. But who came up with this idea, and who does the scripting, like the guy on the stilts and the fan catching the ball and the other goofy stuff that they do? Who was the brainchild behind all this that got it started, and then who continues to change things and make things even better?
Yeah, so Jesse Cole is the owner. He's the one that started. Him and his wife Emily started this whole thing. They bought the Sand Gnats, changed the name to the Bananas. He has a background in baseball. He was the youngest general manager at Gastonia baseball team, the Grizzlies, and moved to Savannah. And he had the idea to make baseball fun. He just said he was in the dugout and it was boring. And he never wanted to do that again. He didn't want baseball to be boring ever again. So they did that. And then now there's my boss, his name's Zach Ferrangelo, and he's over entertainment. So him and a team of about 4 people get scripts together and change what they're going to do, what promotion they're going to do in between innings, what dances we're going to do. And the way they script it is, it's not like, hey, you're going to get hit by a 90-mile fastball this game, and this is what you're going to do. It's, if you do get hit by a ball, this is what we're going to do. If you do hit a double or hit a home run, this is the celebration we're going to do. So the game itself is real. Like I said earlier, these guys are very competitive. They want to win. So if I make a bad call, trust me, I hear about it. They express themselves. So, but that's what makes it great, is because it's a real game, but there's so much stuff going on around it. You're not going to have if you go to the bathroom, you're going to miss something. And I had a buddy go to a game in Oklahoma City, and in the 3rd inning, he had to go to the bathroom. So he gets up in the concourse. There's nobody there. Everybody's in their seat. There's nobody, like a Major League game, there's the concourse to get food and drinks and stuff. It's packed. In our games, there's not. Everybody sits in their chair or stands in their seats because it's so exciting. So...
Yeah, so I got a question for you, Vincent, because I've umpired a few games, a couple of years ago. Definitely not as many as you have. You say 25 years you've been doing this?
Yeah, I've been umpired since I was 15.
That's awesome. Yeah. So obviously now within this program, not only are you an umpire where you have to be on your toes all the time, but you're an entertainer now. So do you find it sometimes challenging to balance those two things?
Sometimes it is. I have to be really focused, especially on those pitches with 2 strikes, because I have to know what I'm going to do if there is a strikeout. So you got a few things going in your head. You got to be locked in, and I think I've adapted very well with that. I just kind of know what I'm going to do before that happens, and then when that strikeout happens, I just do it. And what's lucky about me is I'm an off-the-cuff dancer. I'm not choreographed or have dance routines that I know or have learned. I just pretty much dance to what I feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and you move great, by the way. You got some good moves. And so have you, over the past couple of years, have you kind of honed your craft with your dancing, or has it just all been off the cuff?
It's pretty much off the cuff. I have learned a couple choreographed dances here and there, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not great at it. It's tough. It's tough learning dances. So, but I want to be better. I want to get better. So if it's learning choreographed dances or learning the most recent dances, I want to do that. Fortunately, I'll have some off time for about 3 months before we start back up. So I plan on getting with a lady back home in Texas and try to get some more choreographed dances.
All right. I got to say, your Michael Jackson's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
I like the watermelon crawl.
Yes.
That was my favorite one. Awesome.
Yeah, that's great. Vincent, I as a former college baseball player, I've always been interested in the team, and I've something that I've thought about. How do the players get selected? Is that there's a tryout, right?
There is a tryout, correct. That is correct. Last year it happened in November. So what happened last year is they had people send videos in saying, "Hey, I'm so and so. This is what I can do. This is what I can bring to the table." They picked the top 100, and I think they picked about 15 to 16 more people this year, if I'm not mistaken. It wasn't 100. They picked up about, I'm going to say 20, just to be nice, out of those, and the rest of them are existing players from the previous year. Because at the end of the day, they want people that are people lovers, like that enjoy the fans, not people that's just about themselves. Because these guys, they're really good. I mean, if you ever watch the stats, I mean, you got a guy in center field that can do a backflip and catch the ball in the air. You know, they don't have to be humble and want to go sign autographs, but they do. So the hiring process is not just, hey man, you can bat you bat 300 and you hit 20 home runs. It's, hey man, you bat 300 and hit 20 home runs, but you're also a great person.
Yeah.
So
That's great.
Jesse Cole and the whole organization is wonderful. You know, we bleed fans first. Everything we do, they have that in mind. What is the fans going to enjoy? You know, what's the top TikTok dance right now? That's what we're going to do. You know, so it's just and what's crazy is there's only 120 of us.
Wow.
So the marketing team, there's I think 5 people, maybe 4 or 5 people in the marketing team, and they do all that. So they're really talented at what they do, and they're gifted at their craft. For sure.
You guys do an exceptional job on the marketing side of things for sure. So tell us, what's the closest you guys come to West Virginia in our neck of the woods?
Well, they came to Charleston.
Well,
you were in Charleston. Okay.
Yeah, we were in Charleston. We played Charleston Dirty Birds. When was that? A few months ago.
Yeah, that was when that was when the West Virginia State tournament was there, correct?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, the state high school tournament was going on at the same time, I believe.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So, Vincent, tell us a little bit about some of the best environments then when you guys are out on the road. Anything stick out as far as a place that you enjoy going back to each year?
Yeah, man, there's been several stops this year that I'd love to go back to. I'm going to say Vegas is one of my favorites. Vegas was really cool. Didn't get much sleep in Vegas, but I mean that's normal. Also, I'm from Texas, so Sugar Land was amazing.
Oh yeah.
Oklahoma City and Tulsa was great, but what really sticks out to me is Arizona. Arizona, when we went, the weather was phenomenal, and if you've never been to Scottsdale, Peoria area, you should check it out. It's really cool.
It's hot there now in Scottsdale.
Yeah, it's hot now. I don't want to go there now.
No.
When we went, it was nice.
So you guys are in North Carolina for what, the rest of this week?
Yeah, for 4 days. Yep, and
Okay.
we'll bus home on Bus home on when? Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Shark on the mic. He
All right.
is the PA DJ announcer for the Bananas. He plays all the music for all the players, all the fans. So he's amazing. He's been with the Savannah Bananas since they first started.
Wow.
So he's a veteran. I'd love to have y'all get him on and give his advice sometime.
Sure. Oh, that'd be awesome.
Shark on the mic is an amazing dude, and he's one of my best friends on this tour. So
that's great. Our guy coach here does some announcing too, and I'm sure he would like to talk the trade craft
Talk
with
a little
old Shark.
PA with the Shark. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a great thing for sports. It's really awesome that you do that, especially for the kids too, who probably just leave with a smile on their face, laughing and having a great time.
Yeah, it is great. It's great for all ages, just not just the kids, but the grandparents too. You see so many people just leaving with that was the best experience we've ever seen. I mean, and it's true. It is.
Great.
We put on a great show. It just so happens there's a baseball game going on too.
Yeah, that was going to be my last question for you. Was going to be, apart from all the goings on, is your biggest takeaway just seeing the smiles that you and the joy that you bring to people at the end of the day?
It really is. That's what keeps me going. I mean, I'm tired. I'm not going to lie to you.
Sure.
This is our 57th game. Yeah, I think he's going to tell me. Yeah, this is the 57th game tonight. We've been doing it since February. We don't have many days off, and my body's tired. But when I get out there and I see all the fans excited, I forget it. And adrenaline kicks in, and then we go out afterwards and sign autographs and take pictures. And kids are coming up to me, and parents are telling me, "Hey, I really enjoy what you do. You're amazing. Seen your videos and we watch you all the time." I mean, how can you not love that and be excited to go back and do it again?
Awesome. That's great. Well, Vincent, thank you so much for joining us here on the Pioneering Podcast on the Watchdog. We'll keep in touch with you, be following you guys, and good luck the rest of the season, and we'll talk to you guys here again soon.
Yeah, sounds great, guys. Y'all have a blessed day, and thanks for having me on.
All right, sir, buddy. Keep it up. Thank you.
What's up, guys? Jub here. I'm sure you've heard my voice a lot throughout this podcast. But if you made it this far, go check out some of our other stuff. Come on. We got a bunch of stuff. We got stuff all over the internet. We got videos. We got audio. We got store stuff. Go get something in the store. Go get some good stuff for the summer. It's all good stuff. I mean, you're not wasting your money. It's going to be sweet. Wear some cool swim trunks, some flip-flops. The summer's not over yet. You got like 2 months left. So go get some good stuff. Slap it on, and then go out and rock it in front of all your friends or family, and they'll ask about what the Pine Room is, and you tell them. You say, I'm a loyal fan of the podcast. Here are my rockin' flip-flops and my fanny pack. So go check out the store, go check out our other stuff, and enjoy the rest of this podcast. You're listening to the Pine Room Podcast. All right, so you just heard that interview with Vincent the Dancing Umpire. Really nice guy. Glad he was able to get on the show. Hopefully we'll keep in contact with some of his people, and I hope maybe one day we're going to get that shark on the mic that he talked about.
Yeah, I think Vincent will come back to us and help us out. He seems like a really genuinely nice guy, and anything to spread the story of the Savannah Bananas, I think he'll be on board with.
He could be a good connection for us there.
Yeah.
Hopefully down the road.
I saw a lot of kids when I went to, where was I? I was with Hannah somewhere, and I saw a couple kids with Savannah Banana shirts on. I think it's going to be a really good. I think their main audience is going to be the younger crowd.
The big question is, when are they going to start being on ESPN Plus and stuff at their games?
Yeah,
that they might already. I don't know if they're on ESPN, but they're definitely going to be there probably eventually. People absolutely love that. If anybody doesn't know, the Savannah Bananas are they used to be a college summer league, and then they turned into this. We were talking about this entity.
You heard in the interview that he said the owner said, "This is really boring. We got to do something."
Yeah,
about this.
I mean, you got guys. Well, yeah, you could hear in the interview that the guys on stilts hitting outfielders. They were playing ping pong one time out in the outfield. Just all this crazy shit that goes on, and yeah, like you heard in the interview, that if a fan catches a foul ball, it's an out, which is awesome.
That is super cool.
Fans first.
That is neat.
And the fans can challenge calls, too.
Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. Fan challenge.
I'm trying to think of a word. It's totally off topic, but I'm trying to think of a word because I wanted to bring it up here because I got two things I want to do before we end here. The one is, what is the word for like a question that gets your brain thinking? It's not a superlative. It's like a hypothetical. I'm an idiot. That's easy. So I'm gonna
superlative.
Yeah, superlatives. What was that? I got
won a superlative,
senior superlative. You know what I won my superlative for in the yearbook?
What's that?
Take a guess. What do you think I would have ranked high in for things in my senior class?
Friendliest guy.
I would go there.
That's a good guess. I got
best cook.
I got best something, not cook. I got best hair.
I thought hair could be a possibility.
I got best hair.
You weren't even long then, were you?
Senior year, I had really nice hair because I kept it kind of shoulder length, and I always blow dried it before class, and it was
flowing
nice.
mane.
Wow.
Me and Casey Griffith. Shout out.
That'd have been
Griffith.
a flowing mane with Dane.
Flowing mane. Dane with the flowing mane. That would have been his name. Good one, Chris.
And I was about 30 pounds lighter, so I pulled it off a little bit.
Well, we all were at that stage of our lives.
Point, though, it was probably maybe early high school. When did you guys finally get away from the Marine cut? That your dad always had your head.
It's a funny story.
What was that Aunt Kim that just used to go?
It's a funny story how I got us to do this. I think it was our junior year of baseball, and I told my dad that everybody was going to grow their hair out just for the season for whatever reason. I said, we're all going to grow our hair out, and he was like,
that's how that started?
Yeah, and he said that's not true. I said, yeah, it is. Everybody's growing their hair out. Like,
he didn't like it. I know that.
And he said, okay, and then it went from there.
I remember how traumatized he was at first when you guys were having that. Yeah. But then everybody reminded him, all his sisters mostly would say, you dumbass, you had fucking hair like that too.
I know. His hair was and he had like
and the stash too.
He had no like layers. It was just straight down. It was parted right in the middle, and it was straight and there was no Like he had one length across the bottom. It was rough.
Got to see.
It was rough.
Got to see that.
No, I think I have a picture of my phone.
I'm sure we do somewhere.
We'll put it on social media.
100%. That should be a Saturday thing.
Yeah, it should. It should. I got to find that picture.
I remember buzz cut every week.
Every week.
Every two.
Did you guys go over to? Did you go to Aunt Kim's and get that?
We would go. We would
down
go
to
to
the shop.
We go to the shop after school every 2 weeks. I think it was on Friday.
She just put the
We did that too. Me and Ace. I mean,
and we would go in with a check. We'd have a check for $20 every time we'd walk in.
Well, and then he'd pick you guys up.
Yeah, pick us back up.
So you guys got to walk over there from school.
No, I think sometimes we'd walk and then most of the time he'd pick us up and then I don't know where he would go after. I don't know if he'd go to the vet.
Well, then again, who knows? He could have went to Kroger. He could have went to the hardware store.
Hold on.
God never stops moving.
2 things: Club 17, place a bet, have a beer, call it a day. Go back.
All bets are on the table with that.
Yeah, she would. We'd sit in the chair. Aunt Kim would put the guard on. Boom, boom, boom. Zip, zip. Done. No questions about it. And then eventually, that happened.
Well, I think we started to move away from the buzz cut after one time we went to Myrtle Beach, and right before he made us buzz our hair, and it was a tight one. It was real tight.
You couldn't grab it. It was tight.
It was real tight. And we go to the
I do remember that.
We go to the beach and we both got sunburn on our head so bad it blistered and it was like pussing and all this and my mom said no more.
Oh, that was
my mom was pissed and then I think that's when we kind of got a little bit like maybe like
it used to be like little shorn, like a crew cut, like a little shorn on the sides. Long.
You guys were doing like fighter plane jet.
Yeah, kind of.
Real quick though, so to your junior year, he dictated your haircut.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
really?
Oh, yeah.
Sergeant Delbro.
We're not allowed long hair.
Really?
Yeah.
And it was like if it got a little, I tell you what it was. As soon as he saw it hit our ears,
that was it.
Done. Shave it off.
Yeah,
done. Yeah.
He was not liking it for a while. I know.
Wow, I bet he
look at that. Look at their hair. Look, he just say it to people at that family stuff. Like, oh well, like what do I care? It's not my hair.
Right. Recently, I've had the urge to get a mullet for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Here we go.
I want to do something different for some reason. I want to get.
I always said if I could lose 30 pounds, I'd cut my hair, like get it nice, like trimmed up. But that ain't ever gonna happen.
That's not true. You don't fucking know that. God damn it.
Like your hair, like I could see myself with that.
100%.
Like also big news. I've been getting grays in my hair.
Oh, stop it.
No, Chris, I swear, Hannah's been pulling them out of my head.
He's been really excited about it.
I've been so excited. I can't believe it. I was so excited when
Chris,
I first
he's like
found
actually, genuinely, he says he wants to have gray hair or silver hair. That's what he wants.
Look, I got a picture. I got a picture of my gray hair.
Careful what you wish for. God damn it. Look at this shit.
Jeez.
I think I can rock it. I've always wanted weird stuff. I think gray hair, like your gray hair, I couldn't imagine you with any other hair color.
Really?
Like, you look good with that color hair.
Well, thanks,
I think you would look. I feel like you wouldn't look real.
So he shouldn't start dyeing it, huh?
Real?
No. Oh yeah, he's.
No, I think so. I agree.
Like the matching goatee. Like if you dyed that, I feel like you'd look
like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, you would look real. You'd look fake.
Wonder what scientifically why that happens? Why your hair goes?
They say stress.
Really?
That's what
probably
they say.
That's what they've always said.
Yeah, but I don't know if I believe.
Is that the same thing with baldness too?
My dad was bald at 19. My brother was 21.
Was your dad bald?
No.
Were your family members bald before?
My dad's dad was, but I mean, other than that, no.
They say you get that from your mom, though.
On our side of the family.
That's a mom hereditary.
Everybody had full heads of hair.
Yeah, because you and Tim both.
I mean, I probably was the first one to start shaving my head.
What age did you start shaving your head?
Maybe when I was early 30s, maybe.
All right,
Chris, what would you have though? In honesty, and just asking a legit question, like what would you have right now?
Well, if you ever saw me
had
years
blonde
ago,
hair.
I had blonde hair,
Curly blonde.
That's right, I remember that.
And then it just straightened, and then I couldn't do like because I had hair on the side, but I wasn't.
So you had no hair on top, just on the side.
Yeah, I wasn't doing any fucking comb over.
Yeah, when did you get to the point where it's like this is not worth it anymore, and you just.
I don't really remember, but I felt so awkward the first time I did it.
Did you feel like everybody was looking at you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like, because they'd never seen me like that before.
Now it's just like normal. You didn't even think about it.
Again, like I think Chris looks good bald. Like if
I think I wear it well.
yeah, like
now.
if you had
100%.
hair right now,
Thank
you
you.
wouldn't look good. I don't think you'd look good.
You'd look
not
terrible.
not that you wouldn't look good, but like you pull off bald good. Like you
I agree
wear
with
it
that.
well.
But I'd
100%
like
he
to
does.
see, let it grow out. Just see what it would look
What
like.
would happen.
How
Yeah.
funky
But that's
I'd
what I'm
look.
saying. Could you grow hair though? Like, as in, could you, or would it still be around the sides? Is what you're
Just
saying?
sides, yeah.
Gotcha.
Chubb, I remember when you were trying to grow a goatee and we kept telling you you kept shaving it, it would grow in better. It took him forever to get that going, but now he's got
This
a
is
good
the
one.
only thing I can grow. I can't grow a beard. It just doesn't. not in
Yeah,
our
no,
family.
my beard's
It'll
not
come though,
right either.
Because I'll be honest, I couldn't grow a full beard until probably my early 30s.
I hope it does because I've been waiting my whole life
For a full beard?
I don't know how mine. I never had facial hair ever, and then just
all of a sudden.
I just kept shaving it, and then it came in. My dad's like, I don't know how that happened.
That's
all
crazy,
I
though.
wanted was my whole life. All I've wanted was a big beard. That's all I wanted.
Would you go with a big one if you
Cousin Mike or
I'd
like
have
Ace.
like
You
a
remember when
thick-
Ace had that
yeah.
real big one?
Yeah,
Ace's
like
was incredible.
Mike's when he like a couple
Yeah.
Thanksgivings ago.
Yeah.
I would rock a big thick beard. My hair, long hair. I'd love that. But
There'd
I
be
can't.
so much shit in it, like crumbs and bugs, and-
birds.
yeah, birds,
Birds.
Gnats.
Oh, God.
Like you'd shake it and it just shit would come
Yeah,
out.
you'd be like that guy.
God,
from The
Hannah
Hobbit.
wouldn't like that. God, there was some black beans from your Chipotle in here.
Oh no!
Save that shit for later. Look what I found. This is
Yummy.
great. Look at that.
Yeah.
Food wrappers.
Yeah, yeah.
That's great.
Werther's original rapper.
Oh,
Matt, have
man.
you ever had a different haircut? Or have you always kind of rocked the short?
No, I had the real short one like these guys for a long time, and then no, just gradually
did
over
you
time.
ever grow it out at all?
No, I hate it.
I've never seen him.
I mean, mine gets a little bit longer, but you know what? I go about a month, 6 weeks, but I have to get it cut.
Matt used to rock hats.
I used to have a hat
lot.
on all the time.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I just got kind of tired of just wearing it.
I mean, it's almost like his body's allergic to him. I never seen him.
yeah, now I
maybe
haven't
at the
had
ball
one.
game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, I have hats on sometimes at the beach, but that's about all.
Yeah.
I'm man enough.
I have
to
no
admit
reason not to, but
I had a perm back in the day.
Yeah.
I did. I used to pick that fucking shit, man.
Nice.
Fucking rock a fro.
Oh, nice.
Like a
You had a fro?
Fucking moron.
Oh, we gotta get a picture.
Dude, I had fucking. Looking back on it, what a fucking idiot. Like literally, I had one earring and an earring.
Oh, man.
That I did myself. That I did.
Oh. You
pierced your own
That I
earring?
did
Oh,
myself.
did
Came
you-
home drunk one night in high school. Fucking I kept on. Dumb. It's crazy. I know. It's so fucking dumb. Literally putting. This is even crazier. I could not. I kept on finding the first hole. I could get it through the front hole. I think I made like 3 holes in the back. 'Cause I was,
Wow.
just being an idiot. So I rocked that and a fucking perm at the same time. Looking back at that
Oh,
picture.
I bet you look badass.
Oh, fucking goofy. Goofy.
You just nothing. And pussy start rolling in.
No, I'll be honest, matter of fact,
Lined up
it was
at the
it was
door.
blackballed.
It was
Pussy
like-
was blackballed.
It was
going the other way.
It's like mosquito
Run
repellent.
away.
Exactly. Like that didn't work. That didn't work.
Did you when you? I mean, this is a dumb question, but like, did you always want to pierce your ear, or is it just like a drunken?
I think it was. I pondered. I guess it was more. It was just like you're talking about, just like growing a beard and growing long hair, just like a different look, I guess, in high school. The perm thing. I don't even know why the fuck I did that, and it really wasn't meant to be the way that it did. I think it was just the way it took to my fat head, and then all of a sudden, like I said, I had it. I'm like, well, fuck, let's just start doing this, and I did. I picked it, and dude, when I tell you, like.
Oh, we got to see a picture of that.
I gotta get to.
Do you have any pictures of that?
I'm sure I do somewhere. If my
have
dad
to
was
get-
still alive, I'm sure like he'd be able to pull something out of his ass because he fucking made. Obviously, the old school thought process that did not sit with my at all.
Was your dad real clean cut?
No, my dad was bald.
Oh, okay.
He was kind of like he was Chris. He had it on the sides, but my dad was very old school thought process. You can only imagine the words that I was called in my household.
I
at
was
that,
just gonna
that
say
time of
that,
life with one earring, a fucking perm. We'll leave it alone right now.
Probably can't say it on.
Can't say it on the radio.
Yeah,
21st century, no,
Yes,
no, sir.
right. I love it. I love it.
I think it is funny. I'm sure.
How I wish he could talk to us right
100%.
Tell us
Right.
everything
Fuck
he
me
calls
too,
you.
dude. Me too. I'd take that back in a heartbeat. I
Oh,
would.
that'd be so great.
I bet he would just rip it.
Oh my god, it was great. I wish that could happen.
I'm sure everybody has, and everybody listening to this has had a phase where they thought at the time, like, this is cool, like this
without a
is
doubt.
like this is how I'm gonna rock it now.
That would have been me then.
I remember in high school, I shaved my sides real short, like tight, and I let my top of the hair grow out.
That wasn't good.
And because I watched the movie Fury with Brad Pitt, and he had this awesome comb over with like a short side. And I thought I could do it. My head's so goddamn big, it just looked like
Brad Pitt's got good hair.
Yeah, and it looks like a Photoshop model.
Right.
So
fucking prick.
It didn't exactly translate, and it was bad. It was bad. But at the time, I was like, "This is cool. This is how I'm going to be now." And then I just look like an idiot.
Did you guys go through the? Because I thank God, because this really did bother me as a kid. Did you have those friends that went through every stage in life, meaning as in they thought they were the rapper, then they all of a sudden they were the grunge dude, then they were all of a sudden hardcore Metallica guy. Like they had no idea what the fuck their identity was.
Yeah, there's a lot of people like that.
Yeah, like they're a redneck one year, then they come back and then they think they're
Mr.
like
Ghetto
hood.
Boy.
They think they're hood. Yeah,
how the fuck's that work?
I get that.
I don't think I've ever had like that. Like I never latched onto one lane.
Me
I was
neither.
always all over.
I was
the place.
well-rounded.
I was
Usually,
well-rounded
I
myself,
try to be.
yep.
If I didn't play sports, I'd be a gigantic nerd. I didn't. I mean, I played like outside of baseball. All the stuff I like is nerdy shit, and it kind of bites me now because all my friends that I've grown up with for so long are all athletes who like sports and like cool things, and I'm the opposite.
But you know
you
what,
like
though?
cool things too,
And
right?
Let me say this though, and I see what you're saying, but the older I get, the very
you don't want to be
Chris,
you don't want to be a dumb jock.
Fucking shit,
Chris, I'm the same. I used to think I used to worry about like liking video games and Star Wars and all this nerd shit. I don't give a shit.
No, me either.
I don't care.
I
at
could
all.
care less if anybody makes fun of me.
I don't
I mean,
care at
as
all.
you grow up, though, you'll just figure out, like, you know what, I am who I am, and I'm not changing it for anyone.
I was weird because when I was in high school and early middle school, I didn't give a shit about anything. I didn't care how I dressed. I didn't care what I liked, what people knew I liked. And then like, and everybody be like, I remember my friends being like, "Oh, that's weird." And then I was late and I caught up and I was like, "Oh, maybe I need to kind of check myself." And then now I don't give a shit.
It also, a big thing, a factor in all of this is when you realize about girls, or the first girl that shows any interest in you, then your evaluation of yourself changes, and you're like, all right, so maybe, you start to tidy up a little bit.
Maybe I am gross.
I probably should not go this route anymore.
I mean, I would wear like,
not that you change the person you are, but just a little refinement.
I used to wear like sweatpants, hoodies that matched, and they had like I would not. It would not like
you'd be like rocking
me.
You'd be rocking like blue sweatpants with a blue sweatshirt.
Yeah,
that's a tough look.
And it real baggy. Like some had on like stains on the sleeves.
There's nothing worse. Like I honestly, like I always try to match in color, like at least somewhat.
Yeah.
But like when people are wearing the same that too much of one, and you're like one big blob of. But there's a lot of people that still do that now.
Yeah, I
like
know.
you realized it, and every one of us has sense enough. But that's really
you
a rough.
see it probably all the time, and you they could be orange from top to bottom.
I was going to say in the prison yard, that's what it looks like.
But you could probably just look at them and just say that person thinks they're rocking that today.
Yeah,
they think they look so good, and they look like
the other day. This is funny you say it. The other day, it just popped in my head when we had to go move that kegerator. You were inside. He had to throw clothes on real quick. I swear to God, he comes out, blue shorts and a fucking bright blue, royal blue shirt on. I looked at him. I was like, "What the fuck are you wearing?"
I told my mom, I said, "I look like a blueberry, but I don't give a fuck."
But you know what's almost as bad as that is the people that don't match. Like they don't match. Are you have a tint of color blindness to you?
So like. A lot of the stuff that I wear is black, like black,
that's
gray.
easy to blend. Yeah,
like,
I wear a lot of that too. But
or I'll wear just a color with like these or
neutrals.
Yeah, I'll never match.
When you see people that have like these ridiculous color schemes,
like look like a wiggle.
or like their shoes are bright green, and then they got a blue shirt on that doesn't really go with the
like
green.
a red hat,
and then
on.
red or orange.
Yeah,
and then,
man,
it's like,
drives me nuts.
like orange only goes with certain colors. Like you can match orange with like sports team colors and things like
that
like,
right there.
Well, yeah, and that can go in what
the black.
And that matches anything he has on.
Yeah.
But like you can't have orange with
like I almost always wear black or gray shorts. Like that's the
like
only thing I ever wear.
because you know that will go with pretty much any shirt.
You know what I hate too is when someone wears a bright green shirt and bright red pants, or vice versa, and it looks like Christmas colors.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate that. It drives me
like
crazy.
unless it's Christmas, it makes no sense.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
I think I went through a phase, and I think almost every kid did in middle school was the highlighter phase. You wore like a bright, like neon yellow, neon green pants, shoes, shirt.
Yeah.
As like,
Tim had his. We have those neon shirts for West Liberty. Tim wore
that
fucking thing all the time, which I will still wear mine to the gym.
What was your style in high school? Because you like music a lot, so I mean, did you ever?
They didn't have rock T-shirts back then, or at least we, I don't know.
Probably unless you went to a concert and bought them, right?
I mean, we wore sweatpants a lot, and then those stupid bike shorts, with the elastic band.
Yeah, well, then and then you made it easy for school because you had uniforms.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
so that part was easy. So like that's the one good thing about going to Catholic school is I don't have to fuck with anything I wear.
We've all experienced, especially, and I know you have too, Jeff. I assume whether when we're watching like one of the family videos, or you're just leafing through a photo album.
Oh God!
And how many times we would look and make fun of each other, or make fun of our parents.
That's one of my favorite things.
I'd say,
how could your parents let you wear that?
Or even if you can't blame your parents, blame yourself. Say, I can't believe I was wearing that.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
I'd say probably at least when we have those videos that roll, and we have like a slideshow video that we play at Christmas parties, Thanksgiving or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would say at least 20 times you hear nice shirt, nice hat, nice pants. Like
or look at that shirt.
Or even haircuts.
But
or
at the time, though, that was
appropriate, right?
But 30 years later, or
like,
whatever.
Chris, that one shirt you have on, and it's hilarious because
that green
since
one?
I've ever known you, as I got old enough to be really close with you, you've never fucking golfed hardly at all. You had that fucking shirt on. It's like a golf guy on it.
It was very, very extremely ugly shirt. But that was about the time I started golfing a little bit. I had a set of clubs, and I thought, well, I'm going to dress appropriately.
Right.
Fucking hideous shirt.
Hideous. Have you ever been a time where you get into something and you think, this is me. I'm going to get into this, and this is going to be my new thing. Mm-hmm. And then it lasts for maybe...
working out.
Yeah.
Job is the fucking king of that.
I got into
the absolute king of that.
I had a brief cowboy phase.
Really?
I thought
it's unbelievable.
I don't remember this.
Incredible.
I remember you got your Dr. Zayas fur coat.
That's bad. What are we talking about? Like you actually rocked the bucket hat and everything like that?
I bought the cowboy hat. I went to a store with my mom.
You could probably pull that fucker off.
I think you
And I
could. Big
think
belt
I
buckle,
think I did a
shoe
little bit.
in.
I like that. That's a good look.
I got jeans.
Be like Soup's brother.
Yeah, kind of. I got jeans. I went and got brand new belts. I got a cowboy hat. I went out and bought a cowboy hat with my mom.
Shit.
And I thought for sure, I was like,
where'd you go for that around here? Doc Williams Country Store?
What's
I don't think they had it.
There was something in our mall back in the day.
Cherokee.
Oh,
That's exactly what it was.
Dallas Pike?
Cherokee
Trading Go out there. That's a really cool store.
Then you stop Fritzy Cat on the way back home. Yeah. Mom, pull over. Just give me 20 minutes. 20 minutes, please.
You got a couple bills?
Hey, I need some ones. I need some ones.
Yes. Yeah, but I had cowboy phases bad. It was pretty
I don't
bad.
think that's bad because, like, if I don't know, just suddenly I end up living in Wyoming or somewhere, I could.
Yeah, cowboys all the rage.
Well, like
get a cool belt buckle and
we went to Deep Creek.
Boots.
We went to Deep Creek and we went
right.
hiking, and I just threw my cowboy stuff on, which I mean, kind of works.
Chaps.
Yeah. No,
assless
chaps.
chaps.
Well, not even like style. I mean, you should like banjo. The banjo.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was before fun. That.
Buck Owens.
Well, I'm just saying the things that you thought you were gonna like.
Yeah.
Banjo. One time you got a fucking sword.
Well, no, I didn't get a sword.
Or you wanted a sword real bad or something.
I bought a sword for Cooley.
Or you wanted. I remember you wanted a sword real bad. I'm trying to think what the one. Fucking game
LARPing or something like that.
No, I just get into things and I
like hard like like all out.
Normally, what kills me is I'll get into something that I think I could help get my friends into, and then they don't get into it. So then I'm like by myself, and then it just goes downhill, and then I forget about it, and I think, why the hell did I even bother?
People around this area, and just because it's a smaller area, they don't have a whole lot of broad spectrum of views.
Legit, though.
I've noticed that
it's
in my life.
Legit. Some
of it does irritate you. I agree. You yearn for more. Yeah. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
Yeah, I think that's legit. And unfortunately, it's just the area, because I know any time that I've been away, like any kind of training, and it's national, people are coming from all over the country. Yeah. You hear what the fuck they're doing on the weekends.
It's just like a different blend of people.
It is totally different. And here's the deal. And I'm not saying one's better than the other, but people, hands down, people are way more cultured than I am, without a doubt. Just because
like
of the
as far as like what you just doing
all the
above.
Just all the above. It really is. Like, you live in a bigger area. It is definitely.
This area in general is not very.
And I wouldn't change. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't change my area. But I'm saying, as in it opens your eyes on the world. The world lives differently.
Like, is there more? Are there more things you think you would like to get into? I feel like if you had time, and
I do feel like I'm a very simple cat in a lot of ways. I really am. Like, I don't know. Small things do make me happy. As cheesy as that fucking sounds, but it does. Like, I don't need. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love nice things, and I love a lot. But I'm still a simple cat at the end of the day.
Chris.
Now, are you talking about hobbies? Or
anything? Like I don't know, like DIY, or like if you wanted to get like real good into.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. I wish I was
handier.
Oh yeah, and they're just even like the not the small. There's some tasks I can do, but yeah, if I just wanted to build, like, do something in a room or something that's not very complicated. Yeah. I mean I suck at that stuff.
Matt.
Oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if anything specific.
You got a lot of facets, like you like gardening, like you're like a little bit into gardening, because didn't your dad?
Man, my dad
did
was
a lot
garden for years.
And are you handy?
Not like to my dad and Ace's level, but not completely. But again, I don't yearn to do that. Like, that's not like, if I don't need to do it, I don't care. Like, it's not. I'm not into that. The whole. I'm not I'll drive the same car till it falls apart. Yeah, like I don't need. Like, my house is. I keep it nice, but it's like I don't need all kind of flashy thing. Yeah. You know, I'm just kind of. I am simple to a degree too, like Jeff said. But I would say if I lived in an area where it was. I often wondered, like, what your life would be like, how different it would be if you, like, lived in a big city and you got used to, like, what would my routine be? Like, what would it be like? Would I go to my office job on foot every day and then walk to the same bar every day and have a drink or two? Like, I actually wish that I had that to some, I don't know if I'd like it in the long run, but I would like to try out a different world than what I live in here. Maybe it's not the right one for me, but I would try other things. It's just around here I don't see any reason to. Just go out to a bar, you see the same people over and over. Yeah. I don't know. Just
I do. I always wish I could go different places, live different places. I mean,
food's a big one for me. Just being able to go to better stores and restaurants and things like that would be nice.
Yeah, I was watching Julia Childs, and she was making it was her the way to cook, and she was making vegetables, and she was making different root vegetables. Yeah. And I was like, well, if I go and try to get like a pound of leeks, I'm never going to find leeks anywhere.
Yeah, right.
Like, I'm never going to find.
Jebbies might have it once a year, but I mean that's your only shot. And I also, Jarrett, this kind of pertains to you. How would you feel if you say for whatever reason you lived like 30 yards away from like Petco Park or something? Like, and I wondered if I lived there, I would probably go to the game every single night. Like, you know what I mean?
Definitely,
like,
absolutely.
But see, like, living in Pittsburgh, I dread driving up to that park.
Miserable.
Like, but if I lived there and on foot, like, I would probably go there all the time. I would be what I would do. And it wouldn't just be because I'm a baseball fan. It would just be you get out, you get see people
just to be in the park.
You hit bar on the way there, bar on the way home.
Get something to eat.
I just often wonder how cool. Now, obviously, you have to have a job that you could live in that in a nice area like that, but. I think that would be kind of neat.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, Chris and I, we had season tickets for the Penguins, and but it would have been a lot more fun if we were on foot when we were going to these games than driving through that shit all the time.
And every single trip was traffic.
Yes.
Every single one.
Well, it's funny because the other before I went on vacation, I went to an Indians Day game. And they with some people from my company, and they met up with one of their sons who lives in downtown Cleveland, like literally like
Right.
they can see the stadium.
That's great.
And it is kind of crazy. Like that's a totally different lifestyle
Yeah.
that we're
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
Like even my nephew now, he got a promotion, moved to Jersey. They had to sell a car because they're only allowed to have one car.
Right.
He does not, because of the way, and he also has to take the bus or not a bus, whatever the fuck's it called.
Subway.
That's your day.
Yeah.
Like, so we drive to work every day.
commute.
Can you imagine you're used to driving every day and then all of a sudden you don't do that anymore. Then all of a sudden you're taking this. To me, I don't
That
know.
would be
Fascinating.
tough.
That's
It'd
tough.
be-
That's definitely tough.
adjustment.
I think I would like to experience it. Maybe not
Same, Joe.
live there for the rest of my life, but live there for a year. And
I
to
agree,
see.
Joe. And just to
Just to
evaluate
see.
if that's for you.
Yeah.
And I respect that.
Because I don't mind public transportation, although now it can be a little dangerous.
I will tell you this: I don't think I could live in New York City. I could maybe pull off something smaller, but
Probably
I don't
not
think New
nowadays.
York City.
Well, that's where he has to, because his
Yeah,
I'd
office
give it a
is
try.
above
So
Madison
he
Square Garden.
lives in Jersey and he commutes into the city every day.
Now, if I had a nice apartment, but I mean,
I
I've
could do
seen
that.
like
I'd
what
like that.
I've seen like what I could potentially pay for in New York City, and I might as well live in this little room.
Well,
right here.
the salaries are a
probably
lot
all of
higher.
us.
Yeah,
That's probably
I
all
mean,
of us. Christ.
that's the only thing that mentally blocks me from going somewhere. It's like if I don't have something that can keep me alive, I'd have to leave, and I mean, everything I made is gone.
It's
I mean,
dumb. It's not a good move.
And if you look at like Los Angeles, I've always wanted to live in Los Angeles for just a little bit because I like that atmosphere and I would love that. But then you look at it and you're like, is it worth the living situation for something that I might not even like? Like, am I worth living in an apartment that's as big as this room?
And it's the worst for like middle class type people or someone that has like an education and you go there because you're either the only people that thrive or are able to do that, get up and pick up and just leave are the very rich and the very poor.
Yeah,
because they'll go
absolutely.
in there and they'll be provided for, and the rich don't need to worry about it. But like people like us, like I would love to go. I would love to go to San Francisco or to Boston and like try to live there for a while. And it's like shit. I got to fucking sell my house and my car to be able to go, able to pay $3,700 a fucking month to live in a shack.
Food's more expensive.
Yeah.
Everything's more.
I mean,
expensive.
ideally, but I'm with you. I'd like to try it to see if I like it.
Yeah.
When I lived in St. Pete for a couple summers playing baseball, greatest fucking experience ever. I didn't have to worry about jobs, school. All I did was play baseball. I'm so glad I did it because I was hesitant to do it, and I said, you know what, fuck it. I'm driving down. Went and
Now,
did it.
living by yourself
it was
is a
the
good thing
best thing, and
sometimes.
I would love to live there for a little bit. I absolutely love the beach.
All right, so we're talking hypotheticals, and I want to do this. I got two things I want to do before we wrap up the show. So I'm going to wrap. We're going to do 5 hypothetical questions. We'll debate it for like a minute, and then we'll move on.
All right.
It's fucking hot in
So
here.
we're talking about
it is hot.
jobs.
You gotta get that fan.
Wait a minute. Yeah, I should have. I wanted to go buy one, but Jub didn't.
Well,
want
I
to
said
go.
the only problem with the fan is if we have a fan, it's gonna mess with the audio. So we'd have to do
if
it.
we
between,
put it over there.
We'll see.
It'll
All
be
right.
okay.
So all right, we're talking about jobs. Here's a hypothetical. Would you take a $70,000 a week job offer where you get paid to sit in a pitch black room and do nothing for 20 hours a day?
Fuck no.
No.
Hell
70
no.
for $70,000
Absolutely
a week.
not.
$70,000 a week.
No
you
way.
sit in a pitch black
So
room.
you have 4 hours a day to live your life?
Yes.
For how many hours a day?
Absolutely fucking not.
20 hours a
That's
day.
I'd go
That's
insane.
100. That's a 100
But
hour work.
think about it. You could work for a month and be set for however long.
Yeah, I'd do it for a
so
while
I
and
could
quit.
Well, yeah. I mean,
So you're just sitting inside
You're
the.
sitting as if we turned off all the lights in this
Okay,
room.
so you have no devices. You
No
have nothing.
devices. You
Okay,
just sit in
that's
here
like
for
those
20 hours.
guys, the poker players that.
So it'd be like just sitting here in the pitch dark.
pitch black, no.
and someone
phone.
delivers you a meal every day, or how's that work?
I guess
You just
so.
bring your lunch?
Maybe
Oh,
they
God.
have a little shoot in the room.
Or when you go home,
Well,
you can.
if
Oh, you
you
don't
got-
actually. You're not actually stuck in there.
No, like if you-
can leave for your
I
your 4 hours.
yeah,
of-
4 hours.
Well, I wouldn't need to sleep when I went home. I could sleep there.
What kind of job is that? You just sit?
It's
Air traffic
professional
control.
sitting. Yeah, you just sit. So all right,
It's like an
going
experiment.
around.
No.
Jeff, yes or no?
If I'm allowed to give 2 answers, the first answer would be fuck no, but I agree with Matt. If I go, I can suck up anything for a year.
Yeah.
If I can do that
I'm
for a
in.
year, then I can retire.
I mean,
then I'd suck up the year.
Bang it.
So what's 70,000 times 52?
Fuck. I mean, you only got to work like 15 weeks. You'll be a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I knew if that I could suck it up for that. So
Yeah.
what
Wait,
is
now,
it?
how
I'm
long are you doing this
70?
for?
I could do it 6 months standing on my fucking head.
3.6.
Yeah, there you go.
3.6
Yeah,
million.
let's
You're
call it a
set.
day. Let's call it a deal.
That's
fucked
it.
up in the head.
See, that's the only thing. I think you'd be. I think mentally.
You would fuck with
All right,
me.
so
gonna say-
Jeff and Matt,
My two
yes.
answers.
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm gonna say no. I don't think I could do
can
it.
challenge myself
I don't think
mentally.
I
hours
could
a
do it.
wouldn't
day,
bother me.
I'd probably veto
Chris, you'd
it.
have a hard
I don't
time.
think I could do it
All
either.
right, so we got 2 yes and no. I'm going to say I would say I would try it, but I'd probably fail.
I'd
with
probably,
it.
Maybe for
I'd
a
probably
week.
No,
fail
you
too.
can't- you can't-
I'd probably
no.
fail.
Maybe
too.
I'd do it
Yeah.
for a week. I don't know.
Once you do, you got to stay. If it
Oh, you
fucks-
gotta stay?
You got to stay.
Real quick though, because I know you want to go on, but do you guys a believer in self value though too? Like to me, I have to have some sort of value in my job.
That helps.
I do.
Definitely.
Like I gotta have
Absolutely.
something.
But I
to
mean,
hang
then
my hat
again,
on.
is this just a money grab? Like,
Well, for that reason, yes, it's
Yeah.
a money grab for $3.6 million for a year. Fuck yeah!
because
I'll
let's
do
be
it.
honest, it's not really a job.
Well, no, exactly, yeah.
It's like it's almost like a punishment.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Let's see. I'm going to look for a different one here. Which place on the planet would you never want to live and why?
Philadelphia.
Yeah,
Why?
It's a good pick.
Shithole. And the fucking Flyers
Terrible
and the Eagles. And
Yeah. That's a good one.
Just an awful city. So
I can't specifically say that we're somewhere that's blazing hot all year round. Can't do that.
Yeah, Philadelphia is right up there, but
Matt likes
Pro-
the airport.
yeah, probably in the like tornado alley of our country would not be where the flat plains, like
Yeah.
Indiana. Oh God,
Like when we
Iowa,
when we drive
Nebraska.
to Ocean City and there's just nothing but farmland.
Oh, that's
Just
that's
forever.
brief
Right,
compared to what it's like out there.
Maryland, The corn state.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Or the wheat
Maryland.
state.
Yeah, the cornfields
But-
of Maryland.
Home of the farmers.
Yes.
Jarrett, where?
I mean, besides like probably like Afghanistan.
That's what I was going to say. The
Oh,
Middle
yeah,
East.
yeah,
would
like-
terrify
I
me.
thought it was in the United
No,
States.
in the world and on
Oh,
the land.
yeah. Oh, God.
That I never want to live in the,
Middle,
world.
Middle,
Oh,
Middle
God,
East,
yeah,
Middle East,
Middle
absolute
East terrifies
horrif-
me.
I,
Yeah,
that, I swear,
terrifies
if I
me
was
too.
if I was dropped in like the middle of the Middle East, I'd
be
break
tough.
down. I'd literally break. I would have a
North
mental
Korea's
breakdown.
right up there.
You might just be able to
Actually,
end
I
up
might
killing
rather live in
yourself.
North
Oh,
Korea than
yeah.
Philadelphia.
You know,
Huck myself off.
Like
a
what? Like
cliff.
imagine like if the five of us, we were hypothetically, we're on an airplane, and for some reason we were flying over there, and our airplane crashed, but we all survived.
Yeah.
And then they come and find us. I mean, we would probably be better off dying
kill
in
me.
a wreck.
We'd
Just
be in the
kill me.
guillotine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's one. This is a tough one. Would you rather forget everything about yourself, meaning your history, everything you've done in your life, all you know is that you're alive, or forget about everyone else? So you're forgetting about everyone else you've been with, known. You forget about everybody else, but you know your history, what you've done. You just don't know who you.
So just
done it
your
with.
personal history, like you don't forget everything. Like,
Not like
I
a
would
baby.
still remember you guys, but I wouldn't remember anything about my
Yeah,
life.
you just wouldn't know anything you've done in your life. You just know who we are.
I'd rather remember the others than myself. But
I would be opposite because then I would be no good to anybody if I didn't know my history to be able
That's
to
a good
provide.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather not know anybody else because then I could be friends with you guys again. We
Well,
could
yeah,
be-
so you're- yeah,
we can make friends
Yeah,
again.
because you can reestablish friendships.
Yeah.
I haven't done anything that fun in my
and
life.
and I can I can forget all the assholes that I've met in my life.
forget every bet I lost.
Yeah. What about you?
Oh,
But you're still
boy.
going to encounter some, so don't.
Ah, yeah,
that's so
more
true, too.
more bad.
I'd probably
women.
I would probably forget about myself just because I don't think it would worry me that I would like. I don't know, because then in that time, if it just happens, you don't know any better, so it's not like I would miss you guys because I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
True.
So if having that knowledge, I would say I would want to remember you guys because that would freak me out if woke up and just didn't know anybody. All right, there we go.
Well, think about it. Unfortunately, we all may live this later on in life with dementia and all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's terrible.
Yeah. Let's see. Would you be able to give up 30 years of your life in exchange for allowing... Hold on. Will you be able to give up 30 years of your life in exchange for allowing a stranger to die? Does that make sense?
Yeah, meaning as in you're willing to sacrifice 30 years of your life to save somebody else's.
Okay, all right.
Am I reading that right? Is that how you guys interpret that?
Yeah.
Or is it saying
Depends on who the person is. That's my answer.
Yeah, that would be my
It ain't going to
answer,
be
too.
for everybody.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah,
That ain't going to be for everybody.
Fuck that.
So a stranger,
Because they wouldn't do it for me, I tell you that.
No,
Hell
yeah.
no.
Fuck
Yeah.
a stranger.
Yeah.
Because who knows? If that 30 goes up, I could be dead. I could be. I mean, who knows?
No.
Or the
that's same
stranger
thing.
could be a killer.
Yeah, that's the same way I feel about, like, you know how in years past, like way long time ago, someone was broke down, you may be more inclined to stop and help
100%,
them.
dude.
Like, there's times where I feel like I would want to stop and help, but man, you can't take the chance.
No. Yeah.
Like, you can't take the chance of, especially if your family depending on you and things. Sadly, I don't trust humanity enough to make that, and it's like not because I'm being a dick. Like, I would help somebody, but like you can't
Man,
roll the
I think-
dice.
I think everybody would have that same sentiment.
Like, I know you're supposed to stop anyway, and just trust in the Lord, but that's hard.
There's a ton of stories of like hikers going to help a fellow hiker or something, and that guy ends up taking them, cutting their head off.
Right, they're playing possum. They're pretending they're broke down. Oh yeah.
Here's one that I oh man, I have to look it up. I'll look it up as I ask this next one, and we'll do two more. Would you take something that removes your body's need for sleep if it was given to you?
Absolutely.
Hold on one more time, please.
Yeah.
Would you take something that removes your body's need for sleep? So if I offered you a pill and you never had to sleep again, would you take it?
Definitely.
What's the? That's it.
Just would you take it? Do you think?
Yeah.
Champ.
Do you think?
Want me to answer
You
it?
can't. Go ahead.
Ric Flair.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah. What's up?
Mark got me all messed up. We're talking about Kylie getting inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Oh.
And, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Where are you at?
Well, I'm at the Best Club. But listen, he says, what, down the Civic Center? I said, no. Not down the Civic Center. I said, it's up Canton, the Hall of Fame.
Who's going in the Hall of Fame? Who is it?
Yeah.
Hallie, I think.
Chuck Howley.
Chuck Howley.
Kylie.
Oh, Chuck Howley. You going up?
From Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
He's from Morwood. I said, hey, Mark Flair to go up. I mean, it's once in a lifetime to go see that. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, it is.
And, you know, he's like, we're down the Civic Center. Hall of Fame. No. He got me all fucked up.
Straighten him out. Who'd you bet in the All-Star game tonight real quick? I'm on the show right now.
Here, this is how I did it. Now, this is how I played the game today. This is how I played National League to win because they haven't won in fucking 5 years, 6 years. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, I played them just for the... then I got total points.
Runs. Like runs? Yeah.
Total points.
First inning under.
Oh, first inning.
Score in the first.
I like that. That's a good bet.
All right. And then I played National League, the first team to score National League.
Okay, I like that too.
But I played the National League to win it.
All right.
I don't know.
That's a good bet. Who'd Mark play?
I went with the odds on it. You know what I mean?
Right. Now you're a smart guy. What Mark Delbrook pick?
I don't know. He didn't play. He didn't pick nothing. I don't know what you're gonna bet on. But that's how I did it today.
Well,
you know?
I'm going with you.
Well, I got the I won that Aguero Jr. to win it.
Yeah, Guerrero Jr. looked good last night, swinging a hot stick.
I'll tell you what. How about that guy who hit 41 home runs?
Yeah, he wore himself out.
I said, Junior or Aguero's in trouble with that guy that hit 41 home runs.
Yeah. Well, he wore down. All right, buddy. Well, I got to get going. We're on the show right now. Thanks for checking in.
Okay.
All right. I'll see you tomorrow.
Bye, George.
All right. Bye.
I think this has been actually a pretty solid podcast, and I'm not saying, but if by chance it sucks, that piece right there just saying he's got me all fucked up.
Yeah,
He's got me all fucked up.
because he thought the Hall of Fame was in the Civic Center.
Well, he I called it today just for the hell of it, and he answered. And because George likes to make it about George.
No.
He said, I said, George, how you doing? And right away he said, I was watching that All-Star or that home run derby last night, and I bet that Aguero guy, and he won.
Aguero.
And then he just
Vladimir. He called him something else.
Well, he
the
told
other
me
day,
they just referred to him as Junior. But he kept talking about going. He said we need to get a group of guys to go to the Hall of Fame induction.
I don't give a fuck about Chuck
It's up at
Howley.
Canton.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry.
Because I don't.
That's
either.
before my time. I
He
wasn't
said,
even
he said,
barely
I think
alive.
it's $100. I said, okay. And then he said, then we go to the football
He's
game.
from
I
Warwood,
said,
dude.
George. I said, that game means nothing.
We'll bring him to the club afterwards. All right. Chubb, sorry.
All right,
Continue on,
no. We had two
Spontaneity,
two
two calls, yeah.
calls. All right. The back to the last question. A pill for no sleep?
I'm going to say no.
Do you like sleep?
Well, it's not that I like sleep. I just like my downtime though.
Yeah.
I depend on sleep, so I feel like I'm wasting time, and I usually need about 7 hours, and I do a pretty good job of getting that. But I would love to have 7 more hours to do things.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
I'm taking it.
Yeah, I agree. I'm with you, Matt. I'm with you.
Oh, I don't. Give me the
Chris
pill.
doesn't sleep anyway.
I'm taking it too.
Because a pill would make you feel better than when you
Yes.
don't get any
I'm
sleep.
taking it too.
Oh, yeah, you barely sleep
I
either.
feel like I would feel so much better if I didn't need sleep. Like I
Yeah,
feel,
same here.
I might have narcolepsy because I am always tired, always.
It sucks.
I'd like to be one of them guys. Like they said, John Gruden only need like 3 hours of sleep. Donald Trump, like 2-3 hours of sleep.
Crazy.
I need like 6 or 7 to be able to function. My
6 or
brain
7.
hurts if I like it. I struggle.
If I don't get enough sleep,
But I'm not an oversleeper either. I'm
Yeah,
not one
I'm
of
the
those
same way.
motherfuckers that sleeps 12 hours. That's just
I
no.
used to be.
Right.
Not now.
I
Yeah,
think
when I was
yeah,
younger.
when high school. I wonder, like, God,
That
how can I
scares me.
sleep to 2 o'clock?
Literally.
someday? Like,
You know,
what
it's
the
funny you said that because I was the other day. I left work and I just for whatever reason I think I stopped. I went through the Wheeling Park by the White Palace and I sat there for a little bit. I was doing something on my iPad and I saw some young kids were working there. Were like cutting the grass around the lake and whatnot and they looked like they were teenagers. You know, just summer work. And I thought, fuck, if that was me back in the day, it was like 9 a.m. I said, I'd still be sleeping for 4 more hours, just like a lazy fucking dick. I said, these kids are, out trying to make a few dollars. Yeah. I mean,
The good old days, Chris. The good old
and
days.
just sleeping,
Oh, God.
and just, man, I tell you,
I think
not
if
one care in the world.
If I woke up at if tomorrow, if I woke up at 2 p.m., I might cry. Like I would literally probably cry because it would fuck me up so
I would
bad.
agree with that.
I agree.
Yeah, 100%.
I'd probably be dead if.
Yeah, I might have to check on you, man. We'd have to call it. We'd have to call an ambulance.
What if
All
your
right.
dad slept until like 11? Like, wasn't
house
like
would
sick
burn
or
down.
drunk?
Literally.
Like,
The house would burn
literally.
down.
He'd be in a panic too if he
Evie
woke
would
up.
be dead.
That fucker can drink 36 beers and still be
up
up,
at
in
the
the
crack
morning,
of dawn.
like ready
That
to
does
go.
suck though. I get where he's coming from
I
with
mean,
that. That's tough.
He'll go to bed at 1 o'clock and
Still wake up
not,
at
not
6,
always,
5,
but
yeah.
like on rare times he'll go to bed at 1 o'clock, wake up at 5:30, 6 o'clock in
Yeah.
the morning.
Every now and then, though, he would sleep maybe till like 9 or 10.
Every now
then
and
he
then.
gets pissed off.
Yeah.
And he's behind.
Yes.
He's behind for the year.
Well, yeah,
He is. That's the way it is. Yeah.
It's funny that now he absolutely loves his naps.
naps.
Yeah,
oh,
he
he
used to never-
loves.
He's built that nap into.
Yes.
to his
Oh, it's
program.
every day. Him and Evie every
Is
day.
that
Ballpark
before
time.
or
Ballpark.
after lunch? Is that before?
Ballpark
After
time.
lunch.
After?
Well, if he's
Okay.
drinking before.
I'd
Like
say
late afternoon when he's done painting.
1, 2, 3.
A little bit later
Okay.
now.
No,
Probably about 3, 4.
Well, sometimes earlier because if he gets home and he like today,
So like today after the show,
he would have
nap.
went home and nap.
Nap.
Yeah,
absolutely.
him and Evie, and then sometimes I don't know when he's taking a nap, and I'll call him, and he'll get pissed because they say, "You know what I'm doing."
Is he? Hold on, real quick. Is he a couch or a bed?
Bed.
Hold on,
yeah.
hold on. I know we've talked about this before. Please tell me he don't fucking cover up.
No.
No.
I was like, 'cause
He
that's
goes
not a
on top of
nap.
the bed.
That's not a
He
nap.
has he gets
He has
on
his
top
nap
of the
blanket.
on top of the bed,
Okay.
on top of the covers, but he has a little
nap.
blanket.
Yeah,
That's
his nap
different.
blanket.
That's different.
Yep,
though.
agreed.
Yeah, that's different.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That's a nap. That's a nap.
Yeah, the only time you're napping like that is if you're like sick or really
Yes,
hungover
that's-
or you're
yes.
covering
Or
up.
if it's like 10 below.
Well, yeah.
that's
Right.
fair.
Right.
Yeah, that's fair.
Man,
Yeah.
there's nothing like a hungover.
All right,
Ooh.
the last question, then we'll get out of here. You can select a single color that your eyes can see before you are born. What color would you choose? One single color.
Oh, I know mine.
Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, blue. I love blue.
That would be me.
I was going to say blue, too, so I can see the sky.
Sky, ocean.
Yeah, I think I'm going blue.
Yeah, I was probably going to say blue, too.
I was definitely going to say blue, but I misunderstood
green.
the assignment. My bad. I thought we were just picking my favorite color,
No,
but it's
like,
relative to
what you can see.
Also, it'd be two things. It'd either be blue or green, let's be honest.
I was going to say
green.
I think green for me. Okay. Because I think seeing the grass and the trees, and the only thing is in the winter you wouldn't be able to see anything.
That's true.
I think green for me.
It has to be one of those two.
Yeah.
I like hypothetical though. I think honestly we should maybe incorporate like one question, even if it's just one question. Like
we'll end the show with one question.
Yeah,
we'll
that's a good idea.
We'll do that. But yeah, great show today. Thank you for Vince the Dancing Umpire, my mom, and Champ for all being on the show today. We appreciate everything that all three of them do, and we. Thank you for listening to this episode 66 of the Pine Room Podcast. Go check us out on the radio Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Check out everything we've done online. We are now the Pine Room Studios on social media, so you can go find us there. We appreciate all the support this far. We're a couple followers away from 1,000 on our Instagram, so that is really exciting. We are over 250 subscribers on YouTube. Really, really exciting stuff.
Yeah, Jub, if you're listening to this and you're not subscribed, subscribe.
Get on there, subscribe.
Yeah.
Give us a like, too. A like always helps us.
YouTube would help us out a lot. So if you're listening to this, go you don't even have to watch us on YouTube. Just go hit a button and you're good.
Fucking watch it.
Okay. All right, well, that'll do it for here in the podcast. Myself, Jeff, Matt, Jarrett, and Chris. Until next time, we'll see you here in the Pine Room.
He got me
Stay safe.
Go Bucks.